Don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. I just haven't shaved. I know. Okay, let's just address that. There is a bit of a time difference. This is a series of where I sit down and talk about anime, and here we're gonna discuss about a few different things, what I like about them, and get into a little bit of the nerddom of anime stuff that at least I find enjoyable. Maybe other people might. I don't know. Let's just get into the video. So the very first one I want to talk about is a show that I found. Well, I knew about, but I didn't really watch until like a couple weeks ago, and it's so fun. It's so fun. So it's called Aharen, and so the show is about this girl who talks very quietly. She talks so softly that it's barely even audible. This dude Rido ends up sitting in class next to her. Typical rom-com shenanigans. And so he's determined to change his track record of coming off as like a very intimidating guy. And so what does he do? He puts in the effort to talk to his classmates
Which
who's
I could
sitting
have
right
done if I
next
were
to him,
paying
and go
attention.
figure, it's the main character, Ahara. So
Nice.
he gives it his shot, just to
Aharen,
talk
right?
to them.
Good morning.
Fails miserably, I should add. And he's like sitting there wondering, okay, well, I'll just try again.
I just want her to talk to me. Just once.
And then he does this.
This campus is pretty big, isn't it? I hear the school store is cool. Do you know what club you're gonna join yet?
So it goes for a while, and then finally he's just like, man.
Really?
And so he's about ready to give up. And what did she do?
See you tomorrow.
She talks to him. And so it goes from there, right? And, the more interactions, the more he gets accustomed to her speaking volume. Aharon was very fun. But what really I liked about it was the fact that here's these funny things that kind of happen that Rido goes and tries to do in order to help Aharon. And
why don't we try
like most of these attempts end up failing, and the ones that work are just the simplest ones. And he's like, oh, I should have done that from the beginning. So the situational comedy is what I like.
Let's try bone conduction. That should do the trick, right? Good morning. How are you? Do you have your book right? Want to eat lunch?
But also the relationship dynamic that slowly builds. And I guess I was more invested into it because like I started watching it like after Valentine's. I just like how their dynamic is. I really truly do. It's so earnest and adorable, and you have a lot of funny moments. And yeah, I want to say more, but like I don't want to spoil it at all because I think it's a really fun show. I just hope that there's a season 2. But you never know. Even if there's never a season 2, I'm perfectly happy with the way this ended. Go and watch it. It's really fun. I think you'll have a blast if you like this sort of stuff. So the next one that I finished was one I was definitely watching during like Valentine's that week, and oh man. I've heard about this one too, and I also found this from like Twitter because like a bunch of voice actors, mainly one that I follow in particular, was like, oh, this one's so good. So seeing this, I was like, oh, yeah, there's that one. I wonder if it's any good. And so it's called The Duke of Death and His Maid. The Duke of Death and His Maid is a surprisingly wholesome and very entertaining show about a duke and his maid. You'd think, oh, okay, well, doesn't the title just sum it all up? I mean, yeah, but you also end up thinking, well, where could this go? It doesn't really go where you think it would, down the dirty rabbit hole of hornydom, but it ends up going somewhere where I didn't quite expect it to, but was happy that it did. But the essential premise of The Duke of Death and His Maid is this kid, the Duke, as a kid gets cursed by this witch. He's just sitting there playing in the garden, and then all of a sudden here's this witch that comes out of nowhere and tells him,
"No one shall love you, and you shall love no one. You shall live a life full of misery."
they really take it as far as they can, and I really like how far they explored with it so far, at least in season 1. After being secluded and sent to his family's villa, he basically lives there in isolation, and the rest of the anime is very entertaining to watch. And obviously, this maid comes along at some point and kind of just makes him see the world differently. It's a very sad story initially with the premise, but I like where they explore with it without spoiling anything. And I think a lot of people should go watch this, not only for I'm gonna fumble his name, Clifford Chapman's performance as this Duke character was totally different. I didn't even know he was capable of it.
Lost cause, that's me. Whenever you're away, I think about things that disturb my peace. My past self, my future self, and my present self. I've got no confidence in anything at all. I bet you hate me too. And I feel like I don't even have the right to love you as I am now.
But yeah, seeing Clifford's performance as, first originally seeing him play Bakugo, it's like, it excited me to, obviously see his performances as other than just Bakugo, because that's really only where I've heard him, is in My Hero Academia. Seeing him be able to deliver not only the seriousness or the dramatic stakes as the Duke, but also his whimsical and honestly, what I would have to say, pretty goofy side.
An indirect kiss?
Really? Did you have to say it out loud like that? What's wrong with you?
Is so much different, and I'm just dumbfounded that I didn't know that he could do this. I should say that this is not only like the third role I've ever seen him in, or heard him in. I've heard him in Black Clover, but this was just a surprise. I was not expecting him to be capable of this, but clearly he's a talented voice actor, and not only that, but the cast is equally as talented too. And it also, not to put it through the emotional side too heavily, but I was also kind of going through some personal stuff, and watching this kind of helped with understanding a bit more of like what I was going through in some parts. I know that's vague, but I think people who know me personally will get that a lot more. So this one's just kind of like finishing where the other seasons have kind of left off, but it's Kaguya. So Kaguya is this show about
Kaguya Shinomiya, VP of the Academy's Student Council. Her family owns the Shinomiya Group, one of Japan's top business conglomerates with over 1,000 subsidiaries.
and
Miyuki Shirogane, a brilliant student whose name tops the list of any exam he takes. Though he lacks Kaguya's upbringing, his devotion to studying commands great respect. It's rare for a transfer student to be elected president, but in Shirogane's case, this is a testament to his work ethic. Whoever gives their heart first will be conquered.
this season really picked up, and oh my god, it was really fun and entertaining to watch. Obviously a new cast of characters, but seeing the emotional stakes climb even further. The second season, in my opinion, kind of just dawdled a little bit. Is it skippable? No, because I think it's very much essential to what's gone on, for it to develop. Honestly, I think it's kind of better that it did dawdle a bit. But yeah, no, Kaguya. In this season of Kaguya, some stuff really goes on. Like, for example, there's Ishigami and what happens with Ishigami. And, there's obviously the main people and what develops there. And, oh, man. I wasn't expecting what had happened to Ishigami, for those who know, to have happened, and happened the way it did. Because Ishigami is such a dumb, dense dude. But I'm really glad that his character was able to figure that out. And the dub with Austin Tyndall and Clifford taking over from Aaron Dismuke. Oh, it's so good. So good. And I can't stress it enough. It's very good. But again, it's one of those rom-coms. So they kind of diddle daddle, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. If you like that stuff, it's fine. But I think just in general, what goes on in Kaguya Love is War is more than enough to keep even brand new audience. Kaguya-sama picks up very quickly in the third season, and it's just so entertaining to watch, and I really want to talk about it further, but if I do, it would spoil a lot, and that is no good. No good. And the last one. Oh boy. The last one. Oh, yeah. The last one I want to talk about is really what I think the thumbnail is going to be about. Rent a Girlfriend. Rent a Girlfriend is very is something. Is certainly something. So Rent a Girlfriend. It's very explanatory. Renting a girlfriend. Okay, well what does that entail? Well, a lot, really. So it kind of goes with the thing in Japan where like you can rent friends, you know, you pay people money to just essentially be your friend. But so in this case, it works as you can rent these girls from this site. Sounds very sketchy and very like okay then. So you can go in and rent these girlfriends, and you end up paying them money to basically go on a date and act as your girlfriend for that hour. And so the main character, Kazuya, is getting over being dumped by his first ever girlfriend. And as a 20-something, I can kind of relate to this, you know? And I think like a lot of other people can relate to this. It has like an interesting sort of premise, but it gets very muddy very quickly. And here's why. So you think, okay, well, how could renting a girlfriend get very muddy, right? So he rents this girlfriend to help him get over his first ever girlfriend. And then from there, it gets muddy. How it gets muddy is he not only goes and shows off that his new girlfriend to his friends, but he also goes off and shows his new girlfriend to his mom and dad and grandma.
She's my girlfriend.
And you think, okay, well, that's not super terrible. That's kind of, you know, hey, look at my new girlfriend. She's so great. Haha, I'm so great for having her, right? No, it doesn't stop there. It goes even further beyond. And you could think, well, okay, how would that get any worse? How could that get even more muddier? It turns out that the girl he's renting to be his girlfriend, this sounds so idiotic to say out loud, and I realize that, but trust me. This goofy is normal for anime. I know. Their grandmas know each other. Not only do their grandmas know each other, their grandmas are both staying at the same
Are you
hospital.
telling me that your grandson's girlfriend is Chizuru?
Oh my god. It is so stupid. Just the pure shit that goes on. But it's also so entertaining. But yeah, the second season, if you will, basically continues where the last one left off. And yeah, no, after watching both seasons, yeah, that the second season ends on a cliffhanger. Go figure. But yeah, that's Rent a Girl in a nutshell. It is so stupid that it somehow makes sense and somehow works. Just like this video. Cheeky segue, but this is the end of the video. First off, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. This means a lot, truly. And I've been wanting to make an anime-related video for a while now. And so this was a good opportunity to discuss anime that I've recently been watching and finished. I had a lot of fun making this. And so if you want more of this, why not share it around and leave a comment, like, that way this will help me know that this was a good video, but this will also help YouTube know that this was a good video. But yeah, no, that's all she wrote. And again, thank you for your time, and hopefully I'll see you in another video, and take care.